MiniArt 1/35 Grant Mk1. How to paint this camouflage scheme easily. Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, it's good to have you with us. Right, so I haven't had a lot of time at the bench this week, but I have managed to do the camouflage, I think. See what you think. So the last time you saw it, it was just about built. The only thing I think I've done is I've added another tow rope from the front shackle all the way to the back, which you can see on the left hand side there. There it is. I did it a slightly thicker one than the one that I built made in the last episode, so that had 4 strands of wire, doubled up to 8. If you didn't see that last episode, I'll link it at the top. I've also obviously undercoated it in a black primer. This is the version that most appealed to me in all the instructions. I just thought it looked sort of eye-catching, and it is the one that's on the box art. I couldn't work out how to do it. Here it is on the box, and from the scrapes and scratches on the box art, it would suggest that the green was painted first with the sand over the top. You can see that on the turret there. You can see the sand is chipped away to reveal the green underneath. So I set about spraying it green. This is AK 3rd Gen number 9 olive drab. It's a really nice colour, really deep, intense olive drab colour, and it went down really nicely. So I sprayed the whole tank. I didn't do the running gear and under the side skirts because they're just sand in colour anyway. But I painted the rest of the tank olive green. And then I sat and looked at it and thought, you know what, I don't think that's going to work. The green is the smaller patches. I'm going to have to spray it the sand colour and then put the green patches on the top. So I repainted it. This is AK 3rd Gen light stone over an olive drab base coat. You know me, leave my mistakes in. I hope you guys appreciate that. Obviously this took up quite a bit of time, and it was fun trying to get a nice coating with the olive drab. So I'll speed it up again because it's exactly the same as the last bit, just with a different colour. Okay, so there you go. A nice sand coloured tank. Yeah, and I've done the turret as well, and the side skirts. and it all looks good. Right, so just to add a bit of, just to break up the surface a bit, I just added a couple of drops of deck tan into the light stone colour, and just spray this on just to get a bit of texture, just break the surface up. I don't know how much of it will be seen at the end. Really is just a very subtle difference. I'm using one of these photo-etch stencils, which just gives like a random pattern. They're really good, work really well. You can see it on there, but it sort of fades away as it dries. Okay, let's get on to the camouflage. So no surprises what colour this is. This is AK 3rd Gen, number 9 olive drab. I don't know what my mix was. It was some paint and some thinner, just till I felt it was right. And then holding the airbrush really close to the model, and just very, very fine lines. I've sort of copied the pattern in the instructions and just worked my way around the tank. You have to be careful where the toe line is, and also all the tools as well. Although at this point it doesn't matter if you spray over them because they'll be picked out later. You can see I'm constantly trying to clear the airbrush, which is why I've got the paper down. Just trying to get as clean a spray as possible, and just working my way around and doing all the bits that are on the instructions. You can see there's like a shadow developing of the cable there, so I'll go in afterwards and get that. And you just want a really deep colour, so that you can't see your airbrush marks, if you like. Okay, so there it is. They're the olive drab markings. There's the turret, and what I've done is I've tried to match it up so that the ones run down off the turret. There's only a couple. There's one on the side, one at the back. So they match with the ones on the hull of the tank, and then I've also matched the ones on the side skirt as well. So then I looked at it, and obviously the big elephant in the room is that little white line. I'm not brilliant at brush painting, so I like a challenge. And and then I came up with what I think could be the solution. So I bought myself an off-white AK paint marker and just went round the edge. And let me know if you think this is cheating, but it works. These pens are really good. As some of you may have seen me use them as for doing tyres on road wheels and that sort of thing. But this one is really good, and it covers up the overspray from the olive drab, so it gives a nice clean junction between the two previous colours. I did go over it a couple of times, and you have to try and use just the pointy end of the pen, obviously, so you get a nice fine line. But once you go over it a couple of times, you can tidy up all the bits. This is really just sort of mapping it out this time round, and then the next time round it gets a bit finer and a bit more careful, if you like. So that's the whole tank done, with a couple of coats on the white. I may give it another coat. I'm going to sit and wait and watch over it, see what I think. The only things I haven't done are the doors, unfortunately, so I'm going to have to come back in. I haven't even primed them, so I'm going to have to redo them and match them in, but that shouldn't take too long. But I think that's quite a good representation of what's in the instructions. There are the side skirts. You see how they match up. Spot the obvious mistake. Yeah, I'm really pleased with that. And that's taken me probably 5 hours today, from start to finish. Let me know what you think. Let me know if you think I've cheated, and let me know where else I could use these pens, because I think they're brilliant. That'll do for today, guys. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to follow me with the rest of this build. And yeah, I'll see you soon. Bye.